women are supposed to move. So I do get comments on people are like, well, why are you wearing baggy jeans, or why are you doing it like that? You need to do it like this, you know? And it's like, no, that's not me. If I wanted to do it that way, I would. So I do get comments on it. I get a lot more love because, you know, it's not so like in that box, in that parameter. But I do have those people that are like, why that way though? I don't understand. So yeah, it's interesting.
Well, being understated and less at times is just as, and if not more, sexier than, you know, 3 Coke bottle tops and dinner floss.
Right.
I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like they're both sexy.
Yeah.
They're both sexy. But you don't have to be one way to be sexy.
Yes, exactly. And that's how I feel about myself. Like, you know, most of the times I'm like this in this is a men's shirt. Like I'm in a oversized shirt and like comfortable pants. And, you know, I look nice and it's my version of sexy. Like you can see my shoulder, you know, that's all you're going to get right now. But that's still
It's their own
sexy in itself.
individualist.
Exactly. I don't have to be showing it all to be that. It's going to be in how I walk, how I move, how I talk, my presence, my grace about me. You gonna see it, you gonna feel it at the end of the day.
So to all the lovers out there that are interested in this young lady, you're gonna get teased a lot. Okay, she's gonna lure you in with a shoulder. You hear
I'm a
me?
huge tease. Why did you give my secret away? You can't be giving my secrets away.
It's evident. But that is like pure definition of goddessism and queendom. When you allow you are to show outside of your physical, when your internal radiates on the outside, that shows who you really are. So it's proof that what the person told you, that you remind him of a goddess or you're a goddess, that's how you carry yourself. So
yes, absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
In the description for the Goddess Visual EP, it says that it's alternative R&B and hip hop that has dark R&B, hip hop, soulful, melodic, elements. One thing that Goddess reminds me of, Mary J. Blige's second album, Mary, and the last Aaliyah album, because those, especially for those time periods, those were more the darker albums. Like Aaliyah, she purposely wanted to make a dark album, whereas with Mary J. Blige, you could tell the transition.
Yes, you can hear the huge one with her.
Yeah, and I know a lot of your songs, do have that same kind of, dark vibe. What was that done purposely? Like, did you, intentionally say, okay, I'm gonna embrace the dark soulfulness, or how did that dark sound come about?
That's really interesting. I've been getting that question a lot, especially as like pages are using my song Trauma, Glisten, Gaia, Conjunction for their content on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. People are asking me where this dark sound is coming from. So it's a couple of things. So when I was writing a song every day, I'm super picky with beats. Like it's a feeling. Like if I don't hear a beat and I automatically start like humming or freestyling, like it's not for me. I'm gonna just move on. So it usually takes me a long time to find a beat that I love. And I kept finding myself gravitating to those dark, melodic, trappy beats that you don't hear female artists use. You hear the Weeknds, the Travis Scotts, the Kid Cudis, using those type of sounds, but I just felt myself really gravitated to it. And when I was breaking down which songs were going to be on the EP, that's just the sound that kind of came out of it. And Conjunction and Trauma were written after Goddess EP came out. And I feel like those two songs, I really honed in on that sound.
Okay, cool.
And I really honed in on that feel. But I'm very inspired by particularly the Weeknd. So for instance, when I went into the studio and I recorded Conjunction and Trauma, the engineer didn't hear the song yet. He didn't even know what it sounded like. I'm trying to give him an idea of what I wanted the engineering to sound like. I'm like, just think the Weeknd, but think Nikisa. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Very dope songs. That sounds like the true writer's process right there.
Right.
I
And
mean,
I'm
the
like
chicken or the
thinking
egg. That's what
Billie
everybody's trying to
Eilish
figure out.
production.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was like, think Billie Eilish production because she has that nice big production, but like make it The Weeknd, but make it Nikisa, okay?
Man.
We understanding? Okay.
That sounds like a skit. That sounds like a skit from.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of trauma, we'll go ahead and get into that. Go ahead and play that for our listeners.
Okay.
PJ, go ahead and play Trauma, man.
Now, we're going to come back because we also going to play the Goddess EP video, okay? So we're going to bring that back real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a commercial break real quick, but I want everybody at home to pay attention to this woman's poetry, aka flowetry, the smoothness, the essence of a goddess, okay? So we're going to take a quick break, but it's going to be a video display, and this is the Goddess EP, everybody. We'll be right back.
Who is Nikisa? A word someone described me as a goddess. The embodiment of things above and within.
You say you want me, say you want me. I'm trying to take it in, do you really mean it? You say you need me, you say you need me. I can't comprehend what that even
That description inspired me to reveal a journey that I've been on, enhancing myself and others. It's not something I try to do or be, it's just innately ingrained in who I am.
You got me shifting and feeling some type of way. If I don't figure you out, I'ma go insane. Are you gonna sit there and stare at me from across the room? I had this one night. I'ma give it my best shot. If I could get you for one night, I'ma make it.
No one's gonna tell me who I am or who I'm not. Only I get to decide that. Just like I decide what I want to create, what I want to give to the world.
Up on my waistline, and it's fine how you stay up on my mind. And in hindsight, yeah, you don't waste no time. It's so fine how you stay up on my line. Don't waste no time, and I love how you push up on it. Love it how you tell me how you want me. Bring me real close. Never
I know what I have to say is not only meaningful and important, but I know other people can empathize with my experiences and know that they're not alone.
Living life bulletproof, bitch, I never died. Chips in the proof, everything I touch come alive. Try and get me the hand of God on me. That's for real, my blessings counting on me to make them true. I can't fail, can't put no hate on me.
I have to uniquely and positively impact others because it's my calling. It's something I'm extremely passionate about. And I take on different forms so that I can reach as many people as possible. One note at a time, one song at a time, one visual at a time.
They always talking shit, cause they know it's real. What breaks don't work, I don't know how to fucking chill. Put it all on the line, yeah, I bet it all.
I'm gonna give my all to whoever wants to listen and be a part of it. Staying true to the different aspects of myself helps me deep dive into my art, and it helps me create an experience to all the senses. I want to ignite the flame within so that everyone knows that they are capable of more than what they can even imagine.
You're not waiting for nobody. No. So if the right person come along, when the right person come along and already know the standards, oh, it's done deal.
Feeling like a queen on a pedestal and your heart on the front line. You got me feeling like my heart weighed down cause your love's so strong. One time you had me feeling so high and that was 2 times. By the 3rd time I was all yours as a 4th down. You laid me down by the 5th time. We can go all night, it's just a 6th round. Now you know how I feel about you. Is that gon' change how you operate with me? How you think it, how you feel about me? Yeah. Now you know how I feel about you. And it ain't on the low.
Making my mark in my own way, on my own terms. Because for me, it's not about the fame. It's about making a difference and an impact that has pronounced longevity. This EP is a compilation of moments and memories that I want to share with everyone.
They can't forget me now.
And I wanted to create an experience of sounds that's unique to me as an artist.
They can't stop me now, I'm just getting started. Wouldn't be here if I ain't go the hardest. Low time showed me the light and what I had was priceless. They see me and they love me cause they know I'm timeless. Set the blueprint up, I didn't tell a soul. When they see how I move, they get inspired, I don't fold. Take the good with the bad.
Each song is a declaration, a piece of me. I want to unapologetically share.
All right, and we are back, and that was the visually stunning Goddess EP visual.
That was shot by George Howard in DC, who's really, really awesome.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. So, DC is prominently displayed like it's a character in a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much influence does DC have on your writing and your music? Because like I said, DC was prominently displayed like it was a part of you. So how much does DC, how much does the DC, or even a Go-Go Sound, how does the DC play into the kind of artist that you are?
So I'm gonna just give a little bit of backstory. I was born in Maryland, grew up most of my life in Florida, and been back and forth between Maryland and Florida because I have family in both states. But I would say DC has been playing a role in my music as of lately. When I moved back from LA in 2019, that's when I really started to explore DC. So I've been seeing like really how beautiful it is and how rich everything is in DC. I never really got to do that because when I did live in this area, it was in like middle school and high school. I wasn't driving or anything. And mostly what I was doing was all in Maryland. So I didn't really go to DC at all, really. But I just love the richness that DC has. And I wanted to display that in my EP because it's like a rediscovering of me. My Goddess EP, this was my first body of work. It's me really displaying who I am, but getting in touch with the DC culture that I'm enjoying discovering. So I really wanted to put that out there. And George Howard, he is phenomenal. He killed the visual EP. I came with him with the idea, and he just took off. And he knew a lot of like really, really great spots, and it was just a really beautiful experience. So yeah, I just wanted to really display DC, how beautiful it is, all around.
Now I see you mentioned Florida.
Mm-hmm.
What part? Because there ain't nothing but crazy parts of Florida. Okay.
I knew you were gonna say that.
From our experience.
We've done plenty stories on crazy Floridians.
Oh my gosh, I have my own too. I mean, I love Florida, but I grew up in the Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
So South Florida.
Southern, yeah, down by Miami.
Mm-hmm. Right. We were like 20 minutes from Miami. We were in like the really like nice bougie part. But yeah, that's where I grew up most of my life. And then my mom, my brother, and we moved back to Maryland when I was in the 7th grade. I stayed here until the end of high school. And then like 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I was back in Florida. I was like, I gotta go back home.
I dig it. So we haven't heard any crazy stories yet. We're waiting for the craziness, but go ahead.
No, it's perfectly sane people down there too.
Last story we talked about, somebody was eating somebody's face off out that joint.
Oh my god!
You hear me? That wasn't you, was it?
Provide us with another song, Conjunction, and we'll go ahead and go into that. Go ahead and put that Conjunction.
Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness.
Conjunction, bro. Yeah, you can go ahead and play it, bro.
Yeah. play the song, and then we have to, yeah.
Laying under the stars and it's feeling like a past life. If you get a glance, you can see it in the moonlight. It's stirring in my gut and it's feeling like a riptide. You take my hand and you tell me that it's alright. Then you pull me close so I can get the feeling. You let me know it's you and me, I can feel us drifting. Look in my eyes, that'll captivate you. I'll never leave you, but I'll always save you. How many times have we been here? There's no telling, but I'm not looking back now. Love with no fear.
Exclusive. You did.
Love with no fear. Our love's not bound by time. Love with no fear. You can be staring in the moonlight. Love with no fear. I never lost you, we're always inside. Love with no fear.
Oh, this is
You're
bad.
always on my mind. Under the stars and it's feeling like a past life. If you get a glance, you can catch it in the moonlight. It's stirring in my gut and it's feeling like a riptide. You take my hand and you tell me that it's alright. Then you pull me close, don't let it take us under. They don't believe us, but they'll never done us. Like that, our love, it never dissipates. But for some night, I never knew there was hate. How many times have we been here? There's no telling, but I'm not looking back now. We deep dive with no fear. Take my hand, they'll never get us this time. We'll be beyond this lifetime. Take my hand, they'll never get us this time. You're my heart, you'll always be my peace. Without you, I can never be free. You're the best thing that happened to me. Love with no fear. Our love's not bound by time. Love with no fear. You can be staring in the moonlight. Love with no fear. I never lost you, we're always inside. Love with no fear. You're always on my mind. Under the stars and it's feeling like a past life. Look in my eyes, it'll captivate you. Love with no fear. They don't believe us, but they'll never done us. How many times have we been here?
Oh
So how long after the Goddess
Like,
EP did you record Drama and that song?
So I think I wrote Conjunction first. I think that was probably like a couple of days after the EP was done. So I just focused all my energy into that. And then I wrote Trauma like the next day. And then I really sat on it. And then I hit up my producer, who was actually an old coworker of mine. We used to work at Guitar Center in Silver Spring. And he's also an artist himself. And, you know, I came to him with this song and he just created the perfect beats for these songs. And then I got into the studio with a different engineer. And that's when I was telling him, think The Weeknd, think Billie Eilish, but make an Nikisa.
I don't think you understand what that inspired me to do just now. Like, I feel like I want to shave my body. I want to shave my body. I want to get in a robe with a candlelight and just shave.
Good.
My body. Sorry.
Good.
That's the vibe.
The same producer that produced the whole album. Or did you choose a different producer?
So I've worked with the same producer. So my friend Chad, he's also an artist. His artist name is Black Ranger. He has amazing music. He produced my EP. He produced the beats he produced and engineered Goddess EP. He produced Conjunction and Trauma. And I just got him to do a new beat for this new song I'm going to record next week. So he's done all my beats. I've worked with one other engineer. The other engineer, he engineered Conjunction and Trauma. But Chad, he did all of the Goddess EP.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah.
You know, going back to the visual, one thing that I found refreshing and interesting was it seemed that you were giving people the person before the artist.
Absolutely.
like in today's time where, you know, a lot of artists, you know, live up to the image that they made for themselves. How important is it to you to still be Nikisa while being an artist at the same time, but not conflating the two?
Right. So I think especially nowadays, people create this, like you said, this image, this thing. And it becomes hard to break through that after a certain amount of time because people hold on to that image and they think that that's you. And I think when I was writing the Goddess EP, when I was recording it, it's just me as a person. I'm very mindful of what I put out into the world. So when I came up with this idea for the Goddess visual EP, this is my first statement to not just Nikisa as an artist, but you're getting me as the person first. So whether you like it or you don't like it, it's not a facade. It's not an image. It's literally just me as a person. And I wanted to be mindful of putting positivity out there, being innovative, being creative, and really just showcasing who I am first because that's important.
Dope. That's dope. Now, Weezy, we were at break. You had a couple questions. We're waiting.
Well, a lot of stuff was already. I'm gonna, because you was just talking about what's on your EP. I'm gonna read it in case some people did not hear it. So it says, "Who is Nikisa? A word someone described as a goddess, the embodiment of things above and within that that description inspired me to reveal a journey that I've been on, enhancing myself and others. It's not something that I'm trying to do or be, it's just innately ingrained in who I am. No one's going to tell me who I am and who I am. Not only I get to decide that, just like I get to decide what I create, what I want to give to the world. I know what I have to say is not only meaningful and important, but I know other people can empathize with my experiences and know they are not alone. I have to uniquely and positively impact others because it's my calling. It's something that I'm extremely passionate about. And I take on different forms so that I can reach as many people as possible. One note at a time, one song at a time, one visual at a time. I'm going to give my all to whoever wants to listen and be a part of it. Staying true to the different aspects of myself helps me deep dive in art and lets me create
While the reasons out there robbing somebody.
To all, what you say?
Nothing. I'm messing with you. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Okay.
But so it seems like it's very inspiring to women. So I mean, what even like Louisa? So I mean, we got to ask you because evidently that song touched you too. Like, what about that recital that you just
Yeah, because of who I am and my experience personally and my spiritual journey and me coming from having to operate more so in my masculinity and leaving this situation where now I have to figure out how to balance, like the Libra, like Lakeisha, how to balance the masculine side of myself and operate more so in the feminine side of myself. And the crazy thing about this, which I know is always confirmation, I just did a video on the Blue Fin 2 days ago about masculine and feminine energy and masculine and the feminine and how to balance and how to respect these two and the difference in the yin and the yang and just giving different descriptions the wounded negative feminine energy and the wounded negative masculine energy and how to tap into those things properly. So it's really cool. I found that you came to us or you're on our show and this is how you operate. So it's really cool that's why it resonated within me because this is something that I'm doing myself and I'm also trying to show other people how to do the same. And balance is important.
Absolutely.
Balance is important. And you can see that in your music that you take to put that out there because music is a frequency. And when we thrive and survive off of these frequencies, and if you're putting negative or you're putting imbalance and wounded masculine and feminine energy in your music, it's going to pass on to other people. So I appreciate you and I appreciate what you do and how you do because that really care about doing.
I appreciate you taking it all in, to be honest.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Giving somebody their flowers while they're here.
I appreciate you taking it in.
That's what's up.
So you said that you were recording another song next week?
Yeah, so Chad, he just finished the beat to my next song, I think 2 days ago, and I hit up the engineer today. He just got a new studio, so he'll be up and running next week. So I'll be in the studio recording that. The song is called Proposal. It's
cool.
I'm excited. It's really, it still has that dark feel to it, but it's really moody and emotional, and it really shows my range as a singer. I put a snippet of it on my Instagram story, and people have been asking me to put it on my Instagram page. So I think I'm gonna post a little snippet, like a little teaser again, maybe tomorrow. But I posted it on my story and people were like DMing me like, is this a real song? Like, and I was like, I guess I'll make it a new song. So I wrote the song on a music app. And then I posted it on my story and people were like, please make this a song. So I made it a song and I'm going to be recording it next week. I'm really excited about it.
So clearly this quarantine hasn't affected your ability to make music.
No. Even when the quarantine, I actually recorded Conjunction and Trauma right at the beginning of the quarantine. I was like, no, I gotta get in the studio. I gotta record these songs. And it ended up working out perfectly because what happened was I dropped it and the networking just started happening like really, really crazy, and people were finding my songs. Like I said, people have been using it on their content. Like I'm getting notifications every day where someone's like, I love this song. They used it on their TikTok or whatever it is. So it's just been really great. It hasn't really slowed anything down, which I'm very grateful for. I've been trying to stay creative, which is not necessarily an issue for me. Just grateful to be able to create, you know?
Wow. Now you already made it to a TikTok. Like you got followers on TikTok using your material.
Like, how
I don't
cute is
have
that?
Damn.
I don't have followers on TikTok. So what happened was
Is there the Keisha challenge out there we don't know about?
look, one day I would hope so. So this girl, she has a huge following on TikTok, and she was like, "I love your song Gaia," and she was using it for her TikTok. So I was like, "Yeah, use the song." So she used it, and she ended up like bodying it. It was awesome. A lot of aesthetic pages have been using my song Conjunction and Trauma for their videos. I've had at least like 15 pages so far, probably more use my songs. I've had hairstylists, like girls on Instagram that like do hair tutorials. Like they've been using Conjunction like crazy on their videos, and it's just been really dope. It's been really, really dope.
That's amazing. That means you're reaching the masses, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, you reached
I
our
would hope
co-host.
so.
You know what I'm saying,
I mean,
Louisa,
why
and I
wouldn't
mean
you?
everybody else here, man. I've been nodding my head the whole time. Like I told you, I'm going home. I'm gonna turn that on. I'm gonna get real silky with it.
Get your robe.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Light
real
a
silky with it.
candle.
I'm gonna use some.
Get your
I don't know
shea
what.
butter
What?
out.
What do y'all shave with? I need to learn like self care. I need to exfoliate. I want to exfoliate off
Oh
of your
my
music.
God.
I cannot right now.
So, after you finish promoting Goddess and and let it breathe for a while, what's next? Do you already have an idea for your follow up project?
um, I have not really been putting too much stress on that. Like I said, I came up with this song proposal, and I'm really really excited about it. It's just been a steady momentum. When I dropped my EP, I had no platform. I just wanted to put my art out there, and like I say in my EP, whoever wants to partake in that, let's partake together. But I really was just inspired to just keep going. And like I said, it's been a steady momentum. I think I definitely want to have another project soon. I've been having a lot of people reach out to me as far as like collaboration. So I'm like just trying to weigh everything out. Like, do I want to put the collaborations out there first and, let that get more momentum and then drop another project? So I think that's where I'm going. I've had people reach out to me. They want to feature on Conjunction or Trauma or, songs like Glisten and Gaia. So, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm not rushing anything, especially now in this.
We are definitely getting close on time, everybody. Now, before we go, you got to shout out everybody that got you there on TikTok, all the soulful music, your hairstylist, whoever got you glistening over there. You look like you're glistening. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody, please.
Okay, wow, this is gonna be a long list. So definitely shout out to Chad. His music name is Black Ranger. You can find him on Instagram at Black Ranger Music. He makes all my beats. Phenomenal. Shout out to George Howard, who shot my visual EP. Oh gosh, shout out to Milwaukee J, who produced and engineered Conjunction and Trauma. Shout out to I can't even name all the aesthetic pages. Yes Lo-Fi, Lucid Perp, Esseance, who did the TikTok to Gaia that's been doing really, really well. Shout out to all the hair tutorial girls out there on Instagram using my song Conjunction on their videos. And shout out to all the new friends I've been making just on Instagram and wherever, and that have been finding my songs somehow, some way. And you guys have been DMing me literally every day, showing me love. Like, I really, really appreciate it.
Now, where can they reach you at, personally?
You can find me on Instagram at Summer Shade Babe. You can also go on my website. It'll be relaunching in like tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be NikisaLewis.com. You'll be able to see my photography on there. You'll be able to see my music, upcoming merch that I'm going to be having. You can get sneak peeks of songs. Where else? All my social media is at Summer Shade Babe. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it's just Nikisa Lewis.
And of course, you can find me at AI McDowell Ferguson on Facebook, Red Nose 1999 on IG, and Red Nose 199 on Twitter. And the Red Nose stands for the pitbull, not the clown. Louisa.
You can find me on Facebook at Louisa Harrell and the Blue Phoenix, and on Instagram and Twitter at Lovely Beautiful Mind 30 and the Blue Phoenix Hills.
You can find me at Breezy Taylor on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's Breezy, BREAZY. And on our way out, we're going to be blessed one more time. We're going to leave you with the video for conjunction. And again, we want to thank you for blessing us. Thank you again. Now, we'd love to maybe world premiere a new song coming up. Who knows?
Okay, I would love to do that.
That'd be cool.
When it's all lifts, you got to come to the studio. It's a lot better in the studio, I'm telling you.
A visual teaser. So I would love to go through you guys to do that.
Okay. All right. So like I said, we're going to be, conjunctional players. We are on our way out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to another Live from the Corner. You can catch us here every Wednesday, 9 to 10. We love y'all, and we are out.
Thank you, guys.
Laying under the stars and it's feeling like a past life. If you get a glance, you can see it in the moonlight. It's stirring in my gut and it's feeling like a riptide. You take my hand and you tell me that it's alright. Then you pull me close so I can get the feeling. You let me know it's you and me, I can feel us drifting. Look in my eyes, I don't keep the feature. I'll never leave you, but I'll always save you. How many times have we been here? There's no telling, but I'm not looking back now. We deep dive with no fear. Love with no fear. Our love's not bound by time. Love with no fear. You got me staring in the moonlight. Love with no fear. I never lost you, we're always inside. Love with no fear. You're always on my mind. Another star and it's feeling like a past life. If you get a glance, you can catch it in the moonlight. It's stirring in my gut and it's feeling like a riptide. You take my hand and you tell me that it's alright. Then you pull me close, don't let it take us under. They don't believe us, but they'll never done us. But God, I love it never dissipates. But fussing it, I never knew there was hate. How many times have we been here? There's no telling, but I'm not looking back now. We deep dive with no fear. Take my hand, they'll never get us this time. We'll be on this lifetime. Take my hand, they'll never get us this time. You're my heart, you'll always be my peace. Without you, I can never be free. You're the best thing that happened to me. Love with no fear. Our love's not bound by time. Love with no fear. You can be staring in the moonlight. Love with no fear. I never lost you, we're always inside. Love with no fear. You're always on my mind. Another stars and it's feeling like a past life. Look in my eyes, it'll captivate you. Love with no fear. They don't believe us, but they'll never done us. How many times have we been here?